Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Patricia Epperson, Maxine Ladouceur, Glorious E, Elizabeth Martinez, Craig Dixon, Dan Pera. I hope everyone, well, it's a 4-day weekend, right? I think so, if I remember correctly. For my God, it's been a while since I was in the corporate world. So I hope everyone, we are all enjoying. Tomorrow I won't be here. Take a day off. I'll be back on Saturday, of course. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. And also, please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Having said that, you know, I read something while browsing the internet to see. I'm always browsing, looking, if I'm missing anything. And I feel this is important. Although I mentioned it yesterday, a journalist someone went to Germany, and he didn't mention his name, but he said when him and his wife visited Germany in 1987, they visited Dachau with their family. The crematorium shocked our children, but even more so because this was simply a detention facility and not one of Hitler's death camps. The ovens were for those who had been worked to death or killed by cholera. The death camps, it turns out, were all located outside of Germany, so their leader could deny responsibility for them, like Hitler. And El Salvador, and among other places that the regime is placing and hiring to do the biddings for them. And I don't know how many of you, it's going to spread like wildfire, and I'm not surprised. Obrego, I believe I can never, Garcia, I'm more familiar with this, Abrego, sorry. Garcia gave an interview to an outlet, I think it's the New York Times, okay? And he basically recounted that they tortured him. I'm not surprised about that either, because like I told you guys, those places, including Alligator Alcatraz, reminds me of Fort Dimanche in Haiti, the place where you go and, you get tortured and everything else that you can think of can happen to you. And Abrego I'll give you one or two examples of what he said. Oh, this is painful. And I've heard this before as well. I'm sure some of you have. He had to spend the night, I believe from 8 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning, on his knees. He's not allowed to lay down or anything. And it was so painful. And this is torture. He sold himself, among other things. And if you make a move, either way, you get beaten. This is going to take a life of its own. A lot of Americans fought in wars so that these things don't happen in this country, and those things are not done on our names. Yes, we want people to be here legally. Yes, we don't want criminals to come and prey on Americans, law-abiding citizens. And that's not what's happening. Now we are sending people abroad to torture them. And that's why I read to you the passage from that article that I read. Yesterday I mentioned Auschwitz because that's the one I'm more familiar with, but Dachau is no different. They were all killing, torturing, and killing people. You know, this is beginning to take root in the news media, and people are calling this administration basically similar to Hitler in Germany, or however you want to brand it, fascism. This is going to take a life of its own. I've spoken in code before, and I'm still remain in code. Going to be in one thing. I'm going to say in code, okay? I spoke to one of you who have been with me since the beginning of this channel. One of the first, one of the first people I read for. Hi, Haiku, Jib. Welcome to. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Yes. I mean, one of you who has been with me since day one, one of the very first people when I did my very first live stream on YouTube was there. And I don't remember if it was Saturday or Friday. I told the person what I was seeing exactly, but I can't say what I saw exactly. But there is potential for something to happen. Like wrestling control of this country, because it's heading in the wrong direction. I'll leave it there. Okay? I'm not sure when this is going to happen. And I did not mean to come out and say it exactly the way I was seeing it as I was talking to the person. At the right time, I'll tell you who I'm talking about. The thing is, this can be a very challenging period for this country. We are in it right now. What I'm saying is no reason for any one of you to be afraid, but there is something major potential to happen. I'm not sure when. Okay, I'll be surprised if it doesn't happen over the summer, because what we are witnessing today with ICE, all those things that are being done, and they're going to multiply the size of the ICE forces. There are going to be a lot more abuse. We're going to see a lot more things that we've never seen in this country before. And as we know, some people are prone to violence and hurting others to make themselves feel good, some of them. It's happening now. It's going to get worse. Something else people in power are not thinking about. Some of the people that ICE is hurting, just like the Marines in California. Okay, their father was taken into custody. I'm not sure. I don't think he has been released yet. They are not thinking we are mistreating relatives and family members of people in the military. Those people are 49% of the military. I'm talking about minorities. I'm sure some of you are familiar with I Googled it after I spoke to the person. I realized, I'm like, oh my God, I should not have said that. And I started Googling certain things. Where we are now, the way this government is going like nothing can stop us, we are the most powerful. That's when you are the most vulnerable, when you think you are all powerful, nothing can happen to you. And a little rock trip you. Because they are not thinking. And why do you think a lot, like I've said this before, former president of this country, there were certain things they did not do. I'm going to repeat something Vince said. He didn't care about anything else in the big, beautiful bill, as long as they get the immigration, the ICE, and money for the border and all that kind of stuff. Intuitively, I feel this is a force multiplier to take control of, or basically to, just like what it's bringing to mind is what happened in Haiti, to control the population, fear, and everything else that you can think of. But this thing is going to blow up. I have to say this. If care is not taken, I think I said it before, our military may break apart, or something is going to happen. I'm not quite sure the best way I can explain it to you. If we continue on this path, create a police force to oppress people, and they're going to continue to attack without thinking, they're in charge, they have a job to do, you get in their way, they may even kill you. Intuitively, I feel a lot of people in the military, the families, will suffer, among other issues that they have. The main thing is they don't want to turn their guns on Americans. They swore an oath to the Constitution, and I don't think I'm mistaken. A lot of people intuitively, when I focus on our military, they are not happy. What is coming can trigger a battle. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to happen, if it's because the regime is going to, like they're doing, position Marines or some kind of military outfit somewhere. Okay, and ICE decide to abuse its power like they are doing now, but they're going to be in greater number. There is potential for a major clash. And it feels like to me, the way it may start is the bullies that I've said, I explained to you a few seconds ago, those who enjoy abusing others, pushing people around, hurt people. They think it's a great thing, and they're going to expect the military to protect them while they're doing it. This is the best way as I'm seeing the pictures, okay? All hell will break loose. They will be told to stop. They won't. Things will change. That's what I am getting. And from there, Lord knows what can happen. Okay? That's what I am getting. I explained it to somebody as I was talking to the person, and the person was asking me, I don't remember if it was Friday evening or Saturday afternoon. I don't remember. But intuitively, I hope people at the top take stock and think about the potential for what that big, beautiful bill has in it, how much money they are going to be investing, canceling, and also that's another thing, taking people's health care away, closing down hospitals, and all those things. They are affecting the poor areas. And who are the most, I mean, a lot of people in the military who are from, they don't have the money to go to college, just like I did. I didn't have the money to go to college, but somehow God put me through. I don't know, I couldn't do it today. So today it's even more challenging. Okay, they joined the military because I tried to join too. I tried to join the Marine, but my right knee from playing soccer, I couldn't pull it. So, but the thing is, there are a lot of these people and the rank and file of our military mistreating their family. And let me tell you, once you get through basic training, so those of you who have been in the military, you know better than I do, okay? They form you, okay? There is a certain way of thinking. It's very difficult to change these people. And that's where the key is going to lie. They are well trained, they know, they follow instructions, but something is going to trigger, and they are very proud. Their families are being abused. They're very proud of their service. They are defending this country, and they are not being deployed internationally to protect our country while we are abusing our citizens. That's the other trigger, I feel. I hope I'm explaining this the best way I can. I'm explaining it the best way I can. I hope I'm making sense. The point I'm trying to make is my prediction. Where I see ICE going, it's not going to exist in 3-4 years from now. Okay? And there's going to be a big clash between them and the military. That's my prediction. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we don't get to that point. Okay? And as you know, I can be wrong with time. It can happen sooner rather than later. Okay? But that's what I am getting. So I'm hoping and praying somebody high level will hear me. They think, psychics are crazy, right? Yeah. We are heading in the wrong direction. And the example I gave you of that person who went to Germany and visited Dachau, those things, the news media is talking about it. People are talking about it after they saw that alligator Alcatraz yesterday. There's a connection being made, and Americans don't want any association. Well, there is a small percentage of people, the Nazis, and they tell you outright, we are Nazis, so they're proud of that history. But most Americans do not want to follow that footstep. And that's where we're heading. And when I saw Stephen Miller's face smiling, he can't wait, because they have plans, and they're not going to stop until I'm not sure exactly what. The number of people taking to the street to stop what's going on. But I feel that's what's coming. After I spilled the beans Saturday, I said, well, I better share this with you as well. I hope everyone gets me, sorry. Let me see if you guys have any questions, and then I mentioned the big, beautiful bill. Okay, because I'm heading there now. Raymond Di Pasquale says, I think we risk becoming the best informed society that has ever died of ignorance. Ruben Blades, Yeah, that's a problem. Jojo Tower says Stephen Miller has a special seat in hell too, for sure. Yogi Bear says, I believe in the Constitution and give an oath to protect this great nation then and now. Well, that's exactly the point, Yogi Bear. I knew somebody, a former military, would get me. You see, Trump and the people around him, what's his name knows that. Vince knows, okay? But if you read what he wrote, and nothing they do, there is an agreement. Trump doesn't care. He wants to be king. He wants to enjoy. There is a synchronicity. There is an understanding, okay, among people below him. And the goal is to move forward nonstop. Vance should know better because although he was he was a writer in the Marines, okay, but he should know better. What Yogi Bear wrote is how every single person in the military, and every large organization, you're going to have some bad apples. Because that's humankind. But most of them, 99.9% of them, will do the right thing. And the way I am feeling, I'm seeing, they are cultivating and their plans for ICE. It's dangerous. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm misreading this, and I hope it doesn't happen. But intuitively, that's what I feel. And the military won't lose. Those guys that I see running around, they don't even know how to handle a gun properly. It's crazy town. They can't stand up. They won't last. Let's put it that way. But let's see what happens. And that big, beautiful bill, like I told you, it would pass. Yeah, I don't know if they took the vote yet because Leader Jeffries was speaking, marathon time. Unfortunately, it's going to pass, but it's okay. There is another potential down the street a little bit, down the line, not down the street, down the line a bit. The super wealthy, none of them are coming forward to do the right thing. My friends, a few years from now, whether they like it or not, this is going to change. And by that time, we may have a couple of trillionaires. They're going to have to pay the taxes. It would have been better if they stepped up now and said, you know what? We don't need a tax break. We're doing well enough. Thank you very much. Talk to Trump and the people around. That would have been better. But no. Let's see what happens. But there's going to be a price to pay. I'm not saying this, that's what I'm getting. I'm not, watch what's to come. It's not going to happen tomorrow. And according to what I hear, people who read the bill, this is not going to kick in for another year or two because they think they can outsmart people. Yeah, they're not going to outsmart the American people. If you think you alone, you know better than everyone else, check yourself. Something is wrong. You're missing a lot. Not only a couple of things, a lot. Let's see what happens, but there are going to be consequences down the line, down the road. And I read that Iran made some threats, and that's been one of my fears. They've sent messages, they are throwing flares. You know, although they are in a very weak position, but you don't want to humiliate your opponent. And that's what our government is doing. When I heard the threat that Iran made, I'm not sure how they're going to carry out certain things because I'm not an expert in warfare. I know a little bit, but I'm not an expert. I feel like saying, and that's why because I'm showing Bush, Clinton, and these people, that's why our former leaders, there were certain things they didn't do because they know everywhere in the world you will find an American doing something, and usually it's good. And we are vulnerable in a lot of places, and that what protects this country, our organizations like USAID and things like that that we have, and Americans that are running all over the world helping, donating their sweat, hard work and money to help others. That's what keeps our country safe. But if we continue doing some of the stuff that we are doing, we're giving an opportunity for a place like Iran to act. And my prediction is they know our weaknesses. They can take shot at us. And those shots can be pretty horrendous. I'm not going to go into any more than that because I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm telling you what I'm getting and from what I'm hearing in the news. Okay? We're going to have to be very vigilant because we're taking our eyes off the ball. We are focusing now most on how to internally oppress people as opposed to the way where our posture used to be. Okay? But there is potential for a terrorist attack or something like that to happen. Let me see if there are questions. Monica says, I feel so sad every morning when I wake up. You're not the only one, me too. And the thing is, the main question I ask myself almost every morning, why are we in this position? Why is this country, where are we going? And Monica says, I knew that when all the baby boomers got to retirement age, they would do this. Now they are forcing women to have children for a future like this. I don't know if it's baby boomers per se. Most boomers, in fact, they don't. Well, I don't know. I don't have that many baby boomers friends. I don't have much friends now. It seems like as you get older, your friends get less and less. The question you asked, Monica, I feel it's deeper than this. Okay, and I'm going to link it to the last topic. I'm going to come back to Yogi Bear in a few seconds. Yesterday, I was watching TV how some people were celebrating. I mean, Diddy was not convicted on the most, the worst charges, okay, where that can carry, a life sentence, but he was found guilty on 2 counts. The thing is, the way I saw some people celebrating, I don't think in terms of race, and this is something I try to train myself to understand because I wasn't born here. There are certain things, culture that stays with you, okay? But I understand racism. Believe me, I've been a victim of it. I fight back, but I've been a victim. The thing is, I don't think these people standing in front of the courthouse celebrating the fact that he was found not guilty on those 3 charges. What kind of message does that send to women? I don't care whether they're black or white, and mostly black women, okay? I mean, these people, I've known some Black American women. I mean, women in general. That's why I said it doesn't matter black, white, or otherwise. Asian, okay? Women work hard. They raise their kids. They don't walk away. Now, the guy, you saw it on video, how he beat a woman, a black woman. It would have incensed me regardless of the color. But knowing how much work black women put into raising their kids, they do the best they can. And for some people to stand in front of that courthouse, celebrate the guy, to me, I've told you guys from the beginning, I have a big problem with that video. Now, to me, what they are celebrating is him, is Diddy getting away with this after he beat a woman senseless. And I did not know, and it was in the middle of making her do something that was against her will, even regardless of how she got there. He trained her since she was 19. Okay. Intuitively, I feel it's wrong at every level. Number two, I don't think somebody says he may get a year. I doubt it. This guy is pretty violent. He will do it again. I mean, if they give him 5 years plus, okay, maybe not, because he'll be a senior citizen because he's 55 now. But last year he was 54. Abusing a woman that way. What kind of message are we sending? And mostly to our black community. Yes, I understand, white people prosecuting him. It triggers a whole lot of stuff. But we have to start thinking and let anyone who's as abusive as Diddy is, regardless of the reason, it's unacceptable, not mostly in our society. Absolutely not. No room for it. But that's how I feel. I had to give my 2 cents. Black women work too hard, sacrifice too much, to release a guy like that, because he's going to continue to abuse them because he got off. I don't think he's going to get a year in jail. Otherwise, the judge would have let him go yesterday. And like I said yesterday, the judge was leaning towards, he's spent a year, okay? But remember I told you, let's wait what kind of case the prosecution made. And the judge agrees. Do you know why? Because it feels like, to me, the judge feels you put me through, I had to sit and watch all that stuff. And he had to watch the videos and show pictures. I don't think he's going to get a year. I can be wrong. I can confuse time. Okay? But my friends, I know my platform is limited, and I'm possibly preaching to the choir. Hopefully some people will, more than my limited little platform, will see it. We cannot afford to add more hardship to anyone in our community than what we already have or being subjected to. We can't release someone like that. He hasn't learned. Intuitively, if I were Diddy, from what I understand, there was a celebratory environment, among them, okay? I mean, I understand being happy. You can say, you got to show you learned something. Intuitively, from the reporting that I'm hearing, I don't think so. I don't think he learned anything. That's what scares me the most. They were celebrating instead of, saying, thank God, let's get out of here. You know, hopefully the judge will give you a couple of years as opposed to 10 or 20. I don't think it can, you know, I can confuse time. I'm not getting a number how long it's going to go, but I don't think it's going to be a year. It may not be 10. But the judge is concerned as well, just like the judge, according to what I hear, the judge says he's a violent guy. The judge is going to make sure, at least it feels like to me, that's the way I'm getting him, that he learned something. The judge doesn't feel he learned anything. And intuitively, that's how I feel too. But my friends, those people who were celebrating in front of that courthouse, I don't think that's the right. Please let me know in the comment. I don't think that's a good view at all. I don't think that's the right behavior. And, you know, abusing black women even more, no. Life is challenging enough. Okay. Jojo Tao says Diddy will be cut out of society. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. Those people who are celebrating have, you know, they don't understand. Regardless of how many years he gets, he's done. Because very few people would accept him after this. And it's the video and everything that came after. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. Lanian answered the question correctly. Not all baby boomers. Yes, that's why I'm like, I don't think so. And then I segue into this. No. I agree with you, Lanian. Lanian, MAGA are the ones who are saying this. Yeah. I don't see our society, most people, most Americans are decent people. And most baby boomers, black, white, and everything, you know, they are very good people, and baby boomers fought for this country, you know. So I don't feel boom. I mean, you know, in every society, there's a percentage that's abusive. They do things that are out of the norm, okay? But I don't feel baby boomers are doing these things. LF said, so you think Trump was involved with Diddy's stance? I don't think Trump had anything to do with this. Trump, if you pay him, in fact, I don't know how many of you saw the article in the New York Times. I didn't read it, unfortunately, because I don't have, I cancel my subscription. But I told you guys, his hand will get cut in the cookie jar. They listed, we have a storm here, so if I gotta do a blackout, although I bought something that would help keep me going for maybe a few minutes, but we may get a blackout. I'm just giving you guys a warning. But yes, if they give Trump enough money, he'll give him a pardon. We know that. You know, and the article in the newspaper and the New York Times. Anyone saw that article where they explain how much money he's been making? Anybody saw it? Raymond DePasquale says that 45 is calling for the deportation of U.S. citizens. Yes, we have a lot of bad people. Many of them were born in our country. I think we ought to get them the hell out of here to quote unquote. Yes, he said that a number of times. Yes, you're right, Raymond. You know what? In fact, while you said that, let me tell you what I think he's going to do. Okay, and this is dangerous. For example, and it feels like minorities will be the target. Okay. Your parents were born in Haiti, since that's where I was born. You're an American citizen, and you commit a crime. Don't be surprised. is not only going to try to, whatever the process is, if there is one, I don't think there is one, okay, to denaturalize you, but he'll go after your parents and deport everybody. And truly, that's what I feel. We didn't have enough, I'm glad you posted that. I didn't have enough time to go through all those, check all those boxes. But yeah, that's what I feel. If this lasts long enough, that's what's coming. All right. I think this is it, friend. Felicia Genthrop says, it sends the same message: rich men treat women any kind of way they want to treat them. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the Diddy story. Yes, but women just carry an awful amount of, I don't know, I have a problem when it comes to beating women, okay? If the person, pulls a gun on you, then you're gonna have to defend yourself, or a knife, But the way just to make yourself happy, you abuse women, you go crazy. No, go to counseling, go get yourself, if you have enough money, go get yourself evaluated. I don't understand people standing in front of the courthouse. And I bet you they have sisters. Well, I guess they would, if he did that to their sister, I wonder how they would feel, or to their mom. They probably, there's a guy with a hat in front of the courthouse that was jumping up and down. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking. Oh my God, if somebody did that to my mom, oh, I'd be going to prison, you guys, for sure. Okay, my sisters, even my friends, this is another good thing. All right. Petra Morera says, Milou, is there going to be another election? Every once in a while, I wonder the same thing. But I am not feeling a cancellation yet that it's not going to happen. Okay? The thing is, Democrats have to keep their eyes on the prize and make sure they understand what Republicans are doing. Okay? Just like they did in 24. Yeah, in 24, okay? Play games behind the scenes. They will do the same thing again. The Democrats should know better. Okay, friends, thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, I'm trying to reach 100,000. I'm getting a little very ambitious here. Please, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And also, don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Michelle Hurt says, Milou, that will be discovered with the bonds handcuffed and dead in the water. Oh my God, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing in front of the courthouse. It was shocking to me. All right, I will see you all tomorrow. Oh no, tomorrow I'm off. I'll take the day off. Tomorrow is the 4th. I will see you guys on Saturday. I'll probably really say, if there is anything major, I'll come on. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Saturday on the other channel. Okay, everyone, till then, bye.